How wonderful. Good morning. Thank you so much for braving this morning's traffic. I hear it was terrible, to be with us here today. I'm Kristen Morzoka, and I have the privilege of serving as the president and CEO of the Greater Cleveland Food Bank. Thank you for joining us to celebrate the success. Thank you, Bruce. Thank you for joining us to celebrate the success of the 2019 Harvest for Hunger campaign, and more importantly, for making this success possible. Now in its 28th year, Harvest for Hunger is one of the largest community-wide food and funds drives in the nation, and that is thanks to all of you. It is a combined effort of 4 food banks working together across Northeast Ohio to feed people in need in 21 different counties. Our food bank partners in the campaign are the Akron-Canton Regional Food Bank, the Second Harvest Food Bank of North Central Ohio, and the Second Harvest Food Bank of the Mahoning Valley, and we value their amazing efforts and their service territories. The meals that you raise and contribute are distributed by partner agencies and programs across Northeast Ohio. Food pantries, where families pick up a bag of groceries to prepare at home. Hot meal sites, where prepared meals are served at lunch or at dinner to seniors and to families in need. And by other nonprofit programs, which provide free, nutritious food to local families. Some of these partners are here with us this morning, and their work on the front lines in the fight against hunger is truly invaluable. They are in every community, and they are in nearly every neighborhood. Can I ask our food bank partners and member agencies to please raise your hands and be recognized? Don't be shy. Harvest for Hunger is a textbook example of what good can come when organizations, both public and private, come together with the community to tackle an issue and to make a difference. Community leadership is important to this drive. For many years, the City of Cleveland and Cuyahoga County employees have played critical roles in the effort. And while they couldn't be here this morning, I do want to recognize our 2 honorary co-chairs of the Harvest for Hunger Drive, City of Cleveland Mayor Frank Jackson and County Executive Armin Budish, along with their teams, for their continued involvement in this work, and for the wonderful employee food and funds drives that they run at both organizations. Thank you. I also want to recognize our 2 extraordinary corporate co-chairs for this year's campaign, and I do not use that word lightly. Rick Chiricosta, the chairman, president, and CEO of Medical Mutual, and Paul Clark, the recently retired regional president of PNC Bank of Cleveland. This is Paul's 2nd year co-chairing the Harvest for Hunger campaign and Rick's first, and I know that I speak for our entire board, our staff, and our volunteers when I tell you how grateful we are for all the time and effort that the 2 of you have put into this year's campaign. They and their organization have made generous contributions. They've rolled up their sleeves, both literally and figuratively, to help us serve the hungry and to make our community a stronger and a healthier one. It is my pleasure to introduce them and to bring them both to the podium. Gentlemen, it's all yours.
When I tell you I'm happy to be here this morning, I truly mean it. I pulled into the food bank at about 7:45, wondered where all the cars were. Happy to be here. Oh boy, I just again want to add my thanks to Kristen's, and how about another round of applause for Kristen's leadership of this great organization. It's such a critical campaign, Harvest for Hunger, and it wouldn't be possible without the support of so many of the people here today and the organizations that are represented here today. It's a real issue for so many, too many people in our community. But your efforts, well, whatever they are, whatever you do, big, small, frequent, infrequent, whatever it is, means more to hungry people in our community than you'll ever know. And many of you have put in a tremendous amount of effort, tireless effort, to just alleviate hunger in our community. So thank you so much for your support and your efforts, and a round of applause again for all of you in the room. And this was such a thrill and treat and privilege for me to be able to be the co-chair for 2 years. Last year with Karen Dolan, and this year with my friend Rick Chiracosta. It's a privilege. I'm honored to have been able to do it and to be asked to do it. And the insight, the personal insight that I've received just working with all of you in this room and working with Kristen and her team, it's just been changing for me. Just to understand this issue in a depth that I didn't know about, and understand who it impacts in a depth I didn't know about, was eye-opening and important for me to understand. So again, thanks for the privilege to serve. Let me introduce Rick.
Thanks, Paul. First of all, I'd like to thank the Food Bank for giving me the honor of being able to be the co-chair this year, and especially to do it with my good friend Paul Clark. How about a round of applause for an incredible career for Paul Clark in Cleveland, Ohio? But it's really something I consider a great source of pride to be chosen to do this. So thank you all for entrusting this campaign with me. And really, the success of the campaign is dependent on the generosity of tens of thousands of people in our community. And this combined effort to collect food and funds provides nutritious meals to hundreds of thousands of people. If you think about hundreds of thousands of people who need food, what probably everybody in this room takes for granted every day, it's a pretty powerful and compelling message. So thanks for everybody in here and what you've done, and the generosity of this community and what it does for those less fortunate continues to amaze me. I can't say it enough. They told me I sounded like a broken record before, but $1, 4 meals, 4 nutritious meals for $1. Keep that in mind as you go forward and think about next year and check out for hunger and all that. And thank you all for being here and for what you've done for this campaign, and I'll talk to you in a few minutes.
Thanks, Rick. This campaign, as Rick mentioned, raises millions of dollars and millions of meals for the community year after year, and this year is no different. Rick and I are both very pleased to tell you that the community's come together once again. Community is the right word for this issue, and all of you. Community has come together to collect enough food and enough funds to provide, check the screens out, 22,164,389 meals. Thank you, everybody. You all make that possible, and thank you. Thank you, thank you. I think the community continues to hear the message that the need is there. They showed incredible support for the campaign through the mail and checkout lines at grocery stores, online, at the workplace, in person. Neighbors help neighbors. It's a community. Neighbors help neighbors, and contributed more than $5.4 million. So again, a round of applause. You should be very, very proud of that accomplishment. During the spring, our supermarket partners committed their time and creativity to Harvest for Hunger. The Checkout Hunger campaign encouraged customers to donate $1. Oh, wait a minute, I forgot something. 2 things really important. Our goal this year was to do better than last year. That's better than last year, which means it's the best ever year for this campaign. So again, round of applause. still litter scattered. I think my brain's still over at the food bank parking lot. This is really important. We had a call yesterday morning, and we were trending in the right direction, but it wasn't certain we'd be able to deliver those results. And I was walking downtown from one meeting to the next yesterday morning. I'm supposed to be retired. I still walk to meetings. And I got a call from Kristen, who gave me some news that was unbelievable for a couple of reasons. And the news was that Medical Mutual had made a contribution yesterday to ensure that we would be better than last year. Can I repeat that? Medical Mutual yesterday made a contribution to ensure that we would be better than last year. The other important part of that is, you know, to all the employees of Medical Mutual, Andrea Hogman, who's with us today, Rick Chiricosta here on the podium, thank you, because you do this all the time. You're always the first in. You're always in everything. And yesterday is an example of where you ensure success in our community, in the work you do, in the culture that you have, and in the way that you present yourself through community engagement. And yesterday is just another great example of why we're so lucky to have Medical Mutual, Rick, Andrea, the leadership, and all these employees in Greater Cleveland. So again, big round of applause for Medical Mutual. Thanks, Rick. Thanks, Andrea. Okay, back to the script. Check out hunger in the spring. Encourage customers to donate $1, $5, $10 at the register. I hope you've participated in that. If you have an opportunity to bag groceries as part of that as a volunteer, it's a lot of fun. And our Checkout Hunger sponsors, Giant Eagle, Heinen's Grocery Stores, Dave's Market, along with other retailers, including Buehler's and Fisher's, raised over $1.4 million this year for our neighbors in need. And we have representatives from the three largest chains here today. Shoppers at Dave's Market contributed over $64,000 at 14 stores. And would the representatives from Dave's please join us? You're somewhere. There we go. So Dave Salzman's a food bank member. Dave's attending as well as others from the team, so thank you so much. Heinen's customers raised more than $270,000 at 19 stores, and would representatives from Heinen's please stand up? Thank you. Thanks, Heinen's. And Giant Eagle raised $949,000 at 83 stores, including running a match in the final days of their drive to encourage their customers to give more. And would representatives from Giant Eagle please stand? We got a lot of people here today. Thank you. Mike Moraldo, kitchen cabinet members attending, as well as representatives from Giant Eagle. So thanks so much for being here. And special thanks to the UFCW, a local 880, for their support of the Checkout Hunger campaign. And would representatives from UFCW Local 880 please stand? You're with us today. Thank you so much. Checkout Hunger is one of the largest components of the campaign. It's essential to the success of the Harvest for Hunger. Thanks to all the cashiers for their diligence, their creativity, their subtlety, their directness. They're awesome. They do a great job in asking everyone in this room who tore off a coupon and while in line for a register and made a contribution. So thanks to all the cashiers. In addition, there's several other companies who ran cause-related marketing campaigns on our behalf. Many of them are listed here and on the screen. The campaign wouldn't have raised as much money as it did or created the awareness without the support of our media sponsors. Our media sponsors promoted Check Out Hunger in a big way, encouraged the community to support Harvest for Hunger, and increased awareness about this issue in our community, hunger. Their support began in March as the campaign kickoff, where they competed in a grocery bagging contest. Who was there to witness that? That's a lot of fun to watch that one. And they continued their help and support and coverage throughout the campaign, including their presence with us today. They're listed on the screen, and I just appreciate all of our media partners. And I'd like to recognize the members of our 2019 Kitchen Cabinet, a group of community leaders who provide leadership and support to the campaign by hosting some of the most successful workplace drives that we have. They sponsor the Market at the Food Bank event, which is a don't miss event on the calendar each year, and they give personally. So thank you for all of that. Their names are listed on the screen. I know that some of them are in attendance today, and Rick and I are very, very grateful for your leadership and your support of this really important campaign in our community. Thank you. And I want to, yeah, thanks. Great job, everybody. Thank you so much. And I'm going to hand it over to Rick.
Thanks again, Paul. I'm so pleased I get to recognize the corporations and organizations that supported this campaign through employee food and funds drives. And as Paul mentioned, employees at nearly 175 companies supported the Greater Cleveland Food Bank to participate in Harvest for Hunger. I would be remiss if I didn't say one thing. You know, at Medical Mutual, we're well known for wanting to support our customers. And I think as you come to this event and think about and see the companies that are doing the good they're doing in the community, I'd like you to consider patronizing those companies, because if you don't patronize the companies that are doing all this good, maybe we won't have all the good in the community that we have. So please think about Check Out for Hunger and the other companies that are helping the others in our community less fortunate, and go out of your way to support them, please. Thank you. Because of those organizations, through their creativity, commitment, and generosity, they've raised $800,000, providing 3.2 million nutritious meals. And we know we'll get more in the days ahead, but we're just counting what we can count on for sure at this point. So that's a lot of money from those companies. So again, support them where you can. First, I'd like to recognize those companies who reached Emerald level status. Each company in the Emerald level contributed $100 or more per employee, or more than $50,000 in total. It's an impressive accomplishment. These companies didn't get there by accident. They have dedicated staff at all levels of the organizations, going above and beyond the call of duty to make Harvest for Hunger a priority. They're listed on the screen and in the program, and for those of you that are the winners, please pick up your special award at the end of the ceremony. They're made by children at one of the food bank's partner programs. If you're a member of one of these phenomenal organizations, would you all please stand so that we can recognize you for the great work you've done? Thank you all so much for your commitment and your generosity. And, you know, it's always dangerous. I'm sure other business leaders deal with this, you know, when you give out an award to an employee or a group of employees, because you always have to recognize, geez, I'm giving 3 or 4 awards, but there's probably hundreds of people who supported those 3 or 4 people. So there are a lot of extraordinary organizations that made this campaign the success that it was, but there were 2 in particular that rose to the top, and it's my job to recognize them with special awards. We have 2, the Bag of Hope and the Edmund V. Worley Awards. They're presented each year to companies and organizations that demonstrate unparalleled commitment to Harvest for Hunger. These entities are considered for these awards based on employee participation, the creativity of their efforts, and enthusiasm and support for local hunger efforts. The first award is the Bag of Hope Award. Companies and organizations that are eligible for this award are true champions for those struggling with hunger. They are entities with 200 or more employees that involved a significant number of staff and found new and creative ways to raise funds to show their commitment. And this year's Bag of Hope Award is presented to, do we have a drum roll? Oh, I guess not. Okay. Our good friends at the City of Cleveland. The city's 8,000 employees came together to raise $112,000 this year through multiple events across departments, including payroll deduction, a citywide basket raffle, dress down days, and bake sales, and others. Now, this is an organization that has participated and supported Harvest for Hunger since its inception. Thank you to the mayor for his involvement, the leadership of the city, Chief Operating Officer, my Leadership Cleveland classmate Darnell Brown here in the front, who is also on the Food Bank Board and is co-chair of our External Affairs Committee, and coordinators Loretta Joyce and Cassandra Moore. The city's commitment to ending hunger in our community is inspiring. It's this commitment on multiple levels that makes me proud to present the City of Cleveland with this year's Bag of Hope Award. Will a representative from the city please come forward? And now our second award winner, the Edmund V. Worley Award. Ed Worley founded the Greater Cleveland Food Bank and was a dedicated servant to those in need in our community. Companies and organizations considered for this award are also dedicated to serving the community. This award is given to a company with fewer than 200 employees that also found new and creative ways to raise funds and go above and beyond their participation in supporting the Harvest for Hunger campaign. And of course, there are many deserving companies. This year, I'm happy to announce that this year's award is presented to McCarthy, Levitt, Crystal, and Lippman, LPA. This year, through the participation of 50 employees in various drives, they raised more than $5,000 to help fight hunger. We're very proud to present the Edmund V. Worley Hope Award to McCarthy, Levitt, Crystal, and Lippman. Would a representative please come up? Congratulations again to both of our winners. There's no way we can really do a good job thanking all the incredible people who've worked so hard to make this campaign the success it was. Every raffle, every Jeans Day, every special event, including some wild ones out there that we've heard about, they truly make a difference. And actually, the wilder, generally the better in terms of raising money, and that's what this is all about. So I would like to bring some attention to the following organizations with honorable mention for outstanding and in some cases very unique drives. Okay, well, I've got a few of these, so bear with me. And I would ask representatives from each organization to stand as I call you out. First of all, we're excited to present the Bowl Over Hunger Award to Cuyahoga Community College. Stand up. Tri-C hosted a successful funds drive raising more than $5,000. One of their particularly fun events was a penguin bowling tournament, penguin spelled with an I as opposed to an E, where 3-foot inflatable penguins were bowled over using a 3-foot inflatable ball. And teams paid money to participate. Now, I'd pay money to watch that. So congratulations to Tri-C. The Can Do Attitude Award is presented to Canstruction Cleveland. Led locally by Onyx Creative, the Canstruction Cleveland event took place in April at South Park Mall, featuring a design and build competition showcasing the Cleveland community's creativity and ingenuity. 11 teams competed this year, creating sculptures made entirely out of canned foods, all of which were donated to the food bank after the event. This year, 35,000 pounds of food and $8,000 were donated from this event. Congratulations. The Racking Up Meals Award goes to Chubb Insurance, who hosted their 17th annual March Madness Billiards Tournament, of course in March. Coordinated by their leader, Don Templeman, this event brings together more than 60 insurance agencies and brokerages in Northeast Ohio, drawing 100 participants. Congratulations to Chubb. Thank you very much for that. The Slam Dunk Award is presented to Duncan. Duncan sold icons in stores for a monetary donation to the food bank during the month of April. And listen to this, they raised over $100,000. Congratulations to Duncan. The Hungry for Knowledge Award is presented to Hilliard Elementary, which has been participating in Harvest for Hunger from the beginning. They hosted a variety of events, including Food Fight Friday. I'd like to go to that next year. It's a school-wide event to see who could bring in the most peanut butter and jelly. It sounds great. Congratulations to Hilliard Elementary. This is a good one. The Flush Out Hunger Award is presented to H. Jacks Plumbing and Heating, who joined the Greater Cleveland Food Bank in the fight against hunger back in January. And joining the fight against hunger is an understatement with respect to these guys. John Langer, the president of H. Jacks and a kitchen cabinet member, rallied his employees and his business associates to help raise critical dollars for the Harvest for Hunger campaign. They rallied in a big way. They raised more than $41,000, providing 164,000 meals for Northeast Ohio neighbors. Thank you, John, for your incredible leadership and passion in your first year. The On the Road to Ending Hunger Award is presented to the Ohio State Highway Patrol. Another good one. These guys are pretty creative. On May 11th, members of the patrol coordinated a Can the Cruiser event where patrons at Giant Eagle in North Olmsted were encouraged to fill a police cruiser with donated food items and cash donations. Ultimately, more than 2,400 pounds of food and $1,139 were collected. That's a great event, so thank you and congratulations to the Highway Patrol. The All-In Award is presented to Thompson-Hein. This year, Thompson-Hein had 100% employee participation. Employees could participate through their annual March Madness bracket and bake sale. They also hosted a backpack challenge with many levels of participation, including various sponsor levels from $4.50 for a backpack up to a school bus for $2.25. This effort alone raised over $7,000, and their drive came in at more than $19,000 and 150 pounds of food. What a great job. Congratulations to Thompson-Hein. The Raising the Bar Award is presented to Omer and Byrne. Nearly every employee participated in at least one of their variety of events, which included a bake sale, chili cook-off, lottery bouquet raffle, personal day raffle, jeans week, pizza lunch, and a raffle comprised of 79 gift cards and gift baskets. So congratulations to Omer and Byrne. Thank you for the great job you did. And last, certainly not least, the Fight Hunger Games Award goes to Yardi Systems. Employees were divided into teams for their Fight Hunger Games drive, and a member from each team participated in a series of games. Each team received points for the games and points for the number of donations brought in. With just 90 employees, Yardi Systems donated nearly 4,000 pounds of food. Congratulations, thank you to Yardi Systems. And thank you and congratulations to all of our honorable mention winners. And one more round of applause for all of them, please. And we're truly, truly grateful for everyone's support, from those that provided small amounts of money to large amounts of money. There's nothing that we don't appreciate and nothing that isn't important. And we also want to extend a special thank you to organizations that reach platinum, gold, silver, or bronze level of giving, as well as those that collected over 5,000 pounds of food. They're all listed in your program, and they will appear in an ad in Sunday's print edition of the Plain Dealer. If you're one of these organizations, please be sure to pick up your certificate from food bank staff at the end of the program today. And now I'd like to turn the program over to Kristen, who is going to present a special award to a local student and school.
Wonderful. Well, thank you both. It is always amazing to me to see and to hear about the creativity that so many organizations and so many people put into coordinating these really fun and successful campaigns. I am grateful to Rick, to Medical Mutual, and also to Paul, and to all of you for this incredible support today. In addition, I'm always impressed by the young people who get involved in our work. It makes me feel great about the future of our community, to see their passion and their initiative and their excitement about helping other people. That is why I'm so excited to present the Rory Borgio Award this year, and I've got a couple of awards to present here. Rory Borgio was an incredibly passionate teacher in Garfield Heights, whose students ran an amazing Harvest for Hunger campaign in the very early days of Harvest for Hunger, when it was just getting started. Rory passed away too young, and the award was created in her honor. It's given to a remarkable school that is working to help improve their community. This year, I'd like to present the Rory Borgio Award to the Birchwood School of Hawken. Every student at this diverse school on the near west side of Cleveland participated. And together, they raised more than $3,000 and 752 food items to support Harvest for Hunger. Between raising both food and funds, and in addition to that, students spent time learning about hunger through their creative problem-solving curriculum. We are proud to present the Rory Borgio Award to Birchwood School, and will our representatives from Birchwood, Jessica and Todd, please come forward. Thank you. Right over here. Where's the award? We'd also like to recognize individual students who show leadership in their school's Harvest for Hunger drives. This year, our team was extremely impressed by not one, but two young leaders. The first student we'd like to recognize is Olivia Andrews from Hilliard Elementary School. Olivia went above and beyond during her school's Harvest for Hunger drive by placing donation boxes, not just at school, but all around the community, and encouraging her fellow students to support the campaign. I had a chance to talk with Olivia and her family when they first arrived today, and her mom was telling me about how she called around, she made appointments with people to drop off boxes at their place of work or business. She made an appointment with the mayor and went and delivered the box to City Hall, and delivered a lot of other boxes as well. And I was so impressed by her initiative and can-do attitude and commitment to this work. So, Olivia, would you please come up? Congratulations, and thank you, Olivia. The second student we'd like to recognize is Joshua Rossin from University School. Josh spearheaded a fundraiser after he learned about the Harvest for Hunger campaign doing online research. He ultimately made a presentation to the other middle school students and included statistics to reveal just how prevalent hunger is in our communities. I am sure that Josh learned that even in today's economy, with unemployment so low, the food bank is serving more working poor families and seniors than ever. And because he was inspired, Josh encouraged his classmates to help fight hunger by raising both food and funds. We received a lovely note from Josh which read, "I hope that this donation could make a difference for people in need. It's amazing what the Cleveland Food Bank does for people." Josh, it's amazing what you have done for people in our community as well. Would you please come forward to accept the award? Congratulations, Josh. We have just a few more people to recognize, without whom the success of this year's campaign would not be possible. Please stand so that we can recognize you. First, the teams behind the scenes supporting our co-chairs and the effort. From PNC, in addition to Paul, we also had the great pleasure to work very closely with Aaron Dimeling, Bran Lyle, and Food Bank trustee Kristen Baird Adams. Thank you all to everyone at PNC for your incredible support. And from Medical Mutual, the organization that pushed us over the top this year, for which we are all incredibly grateful. In addition to Rick, we have Maggie Capello, Rena Smith, and former Harvest for Hunger co-chair, Andrea Hugman. I also want to recognize the Greater Cleveland Food Bank Board, led by Felton Thomas, as well as members of our External Affairs Committee, our Market at the Food Bank Committee, and other food bank committees. These volunteers put in countless hours to help plan and lead and coordinate efforts, and we are enormously grateful. Can I please ask you to stand? Come on, folks. I know you're out there. Yes, John, Alice. And now I'm going to take a moment to recognize our staff team at the food bank. Our internal committee coordinated a wonderfully successful employee food and funds drive that earned the food bank Emerald level status, something that makes me very, very, very proud. Our cooks and our truck drivers and our order pickers and our supervisors and our outreach team and every other person across the organization got involved in the effort, giving more than $100 on average per person. I am really blessed to work with a team that is this generous and this passionate about our work. And in addition to contributing, everybody at the organization is involved in the Harvest for Hunger campaign in some way, whether it's picking up food donations or it's sending out thank you letters to all of you wonderful people in the audience today, or it's helping volunteers sort through all the donations or providing leadership in other ways. You know, this effort is a real all hands on deck initiative, and frequently I get to stand up at the podium, but the credit really goes to my extraordinary, exceptional colleagues. So I want to thank them. All right, and before we close, we have one more very special person to thank and to recognize. I mentioned earlier that the role of a Harvest for Hunger co-chair is typically a 2-year commitment, and Paul Clark is finishing up his 2nd year. He has helped take this campaign to new heights. He's recruited new kitchen cabinet members, raised awareness of the issue of hunger, packed groceries, as you mentioned earlier, and really lived out loud his passion for helping others in need. Frequently, I have wondered how he found enough hours in the day to do so much for the community and also to lead a bank as important locally as PNC. And I hope that someday you will explain that to me, Paul. And I have no doubt that in his retirement, he will continue his work on behalf of our community and on behalf of less fortunate neighbors. He is one of the kindest and most caring people I have ever met. And so we have a small token of our appreciation. On behalf of the Food Bank Board, our volunteers and staff, a plum tree has been planted at one of our partner agencies, the Garden Valley Neighborhood House, in his honor. And you can see pictures of the planting behind us on the screen. They have a garden that already has prize-winning peach and apple trees, and now they have a plum tree as well. Girls from a local neighborhood leadership program tend the garden, this tree is going to provide not only nutritious food today, but also nutritious food well into the future. And so I think it is a very fitting tribute to Paul. Thank you, Paul, for your leadership. Rick Chiricosta also has something to share with Paul. So, Rick, would you come up?
Thank you, Chris, and thanks for giving me just a couple of minutes to hijack the meeting, because this is very important. It's also, hopefully I can get the microphone to stay up. I'd like to echo everything Kristen said about Paul, and appreciate her giving me just a couple minutes to add some of my thoughts. I've been the CEO of Medical Mutual for about 10 and a half years, and during that time, I can honestly tell you there's been no better friend to me and no better friend to our community than Paul Clark, the person sitting right here. He's a great leader for PNC. He's an amazing advocate for our community, and most importantly, he's a class act in every way imaginable. I wish I could sit here and take the time to give you example after example of just things I've personally experienced. I don't think I need to do that, and I know most of you probably never had the opportunity to experience it, but I can tell you, he's one of a kind. I'm very proud to call him my friend. And unfortunately, I was out of town for his retirement party, so this is my chance to publicly thank him and recognize him for all the support all over the years in so many ways, and I hope I can do it in a way that will be meaningful to him. Also, I have a second reason for doing it. I'm, as you know, the co-chair next year again, so I want to make sure the 2020 campaign gets off to a great start. So my wife Sheila and I decided we wanted to make a special donation in Paul's honor and kickstart the 2020 campaign. And because I had a little influence, I got Medical Mutual to match it. And so, Paul, I'd like to present the food bank with 2 checks to kickstart next year's Harvest for Hunger campaign in your honor. We'll have 80,000 meals paid for before we even start the work next year. And Paul, that's in your honor. Go over there.
Well, thank you. What a high note to end on. Not only celebrating the success of a wonderful drive this year, but kickstarting our 2020 effort. Paul, thank you. Rick, thanks to you and your team as well. And thanks to everyone in this room. It's a wrap. Have a wonderful day and go out and feel good about the meals you're making possible. Thank you.